Hey everyone, it's your name here, and I don't want to alarm anyone, but we need to talk about something kind of serious. We're diving deep into the world of multi-vehicle accidents. You know, those terrifying crashes you see on the news where it seems like every car on the highway is totaled? Yeah, those. We've all seen the aftermath, but what we don't always think about is how one small mistake can spiral into a massive chain reaction. So, buckle up, both literally and figuratively, because we're about to break down some real-life scenarios that'll make you think twice about tailgating or texting while driving. Trust me, you don't want to be the first domino in one of these chain reactions. Picture this, a bright sunny afternoon on a busy interstate. Traffic is moving smoothly, everyone's cruising along, until they're not. A car in the middle lane slams on its brakes. Maybe they spilled their coffee or something. Whatever the reason, the car behind them swerves to avoid a collision. But here's the thing, that swerve sends them spinning into the next lane, clipping another car. And that car? Well, they overcorrect, jerking the wheel and smashing into the guardrail. Now remember that first car that slammed on its brakes? They're long gone, probably oblivious to the chaos they just unleashed. But for everyone else, it's a domino effect of metal and glass. People are hurt, cars are totaled, and traffic is backed up for miles. And the worst part? It all started with something as simple as a distracted driver. It's early morning, the kind where the fog is so thick you can barely see your hand in front of your face. The world feels muffled as if wrapped in a heavy, damp blanket. The air is cool and moist, and visibility is reduced to mere feet. You can hear the distant hum of engines, but they seem far away, swallowed by the dense fog. You're driving cautiously, gripping the steering wheel tightly, your eyes straining to make out the road ahead. The headlights barely cut through the mist, casting an eerie glow. But the driver behind you? Not so much. They're tailgating, their impatience palpable even through the fog. They're impatient, they want to get to work, and they think they can see better than they actually can. Their headlights flash, urging you to speed up, but you know better. You maintain your cautious pace, aware that any sudden movement could spell disaster. Suddenly, out of the fog, brake lights. A car ahead has come to a sudden stop, its red lights piercing through the gray. Your heart skips a beat as you react instinctively. You slam on your brakes, your heart pounding in your chest. The tires screech and you feel the car lurch as it struggles to come to a halt. You manage to stop in time, but the car behind you? They weren't so lucky. They rear-end you hard. The impact is jarring, sending a shockwave through your body. You grip the steering wheel even tighter, bracing for what comes next. The fog seems to close in around you, making everything feel surreal and distant. But the danger isn't over yet. The force of the collision pushes your car forward, right into the path of an oncoming truck. You barely have time to register what's happening before the next impact. The truck driver slams on their brakes, but it's too late. The massive vehicle barrels towards you, its horn blaring a warning that comes too late. The screech of tires on asphalt is deafening as the truck plows into your already mangled car. The force of the collision is immense, crumpling metal and shattering glass. You feel the car being pushed and twisted, the seatbelt digging into your chest. The world outside is a blur of fog and chaos. The screech of tires on asphalt is deafening as the truck plows into your already mangled car. The impact is bone-jarring, and for a moment everything goes black. When you come to, the scene is one of devastation. The fog that seemed like the biggest danger? It was just the backdrop for a chain reaction of bad decisions and even worse consequences. The once quiet morning is now filled with the sounds of sirens and the sight of flashing lights as emergency responders work to untangle the wreckage and tend to the injured. The fog lifts slightly, revealing the full extent of the chaos, a stark reminder of how quickly things can go wrong. Chapter 3. Winter Wonderland of Rex. Winter. The most wonderful time of the year, right? The season of cozy fires, hot cocoa, and festive cheer. But there's another side to winter that isn't quite so magical. Unless, of course, you're talking about driving conditions. The roads become a battleground, where even the most experienced drivers can find themselves in precarious situations. Picture this. A fresh blanket of snow covers the road. It's beautiful, but it's also treacherous. The serene white landscape hides a slick, icy underlayer that can catch anyone off guard. You're driving slowly, carefully, because you know how slippery the roads can be. Your hands grip the steering wheel tightly, your eyes scanning for any signs of danger. But not everyone got the memo. Some drivers seem to think they're invincible, ignoring the hazardous conditions. A car speeds past you, losing control on a patch of black ice. The driver panics, their tires screeching as they try to regain control. They spin out, crossing into oncoming traffic. The scene unfolds in slow motion, a heart-stopping moment of impending disaster. Another car swerves to avoid them, but they hit a patch of ice too, sending them careening into the guardrail. The impact is jarring, metal crunching against metal, and then it happens, a chain reaction of cars, unable to stop on the slick roads, piling up into a massive, tangled mess of metal and snow. Each vehicle adds to the chaos, the drivers helpless against the icy conditions. The sound of crunching metal echoes through the air as car after car loses control, adding to the ever-growing pileup. It's a symphony of destruction, each crash a testament to the unforgiving nature of winter roads. It's a winter wonderland turned nightmare, a stark reminder that even the most beautiful snow can hide a dangerous reality. The aftermath is a sobering sight. Twisted metal, shattered glass, and the realization that winter driving requires the utmost caution and respect for the elements. Chapter 4. The day the truck stopped rolling. Imagine a highway, filled with those massive 18-wheelers, all hauling cargo to their destinations. It's a normal day, or so it seems, until one of those trucks blows a tire. The truck driver fights for control, but the massive vehicle is no match for the laws of physics. It jackknifes, blocking multiple lanes of traffic. Cars slam on their brakes, horns blare, but it's too late. The truck behind them, unable to stop in time, plows into the back of the jackknife truck with a sickening crunch. The impact is so powerful that it sets off a chain reaction, like a row of dominoes falling one after another. Trucks slam into each other, some veering off the road, others overturning, their cargo spilling out onto the highway. It's a scene of utter chaos, a testament to the destructive power of a chain reaction that started with a single blown tire. Chapter 5. Gridlock and Gridiron. Let's face it, driving in the city can be a contact sport. The streets are like a battlefield, where every driver is a soldier, armed with their vehicle and a mission to get to their destination as quickly as possible. Everyone's in a hurry, weaving in and out of lanes trying to shave a few seconds off their commute. The morning rush hour is a chaotic dance of metal and rubber, where the slightest misstep can lead to disaster. But in this concrete jungle, even a small mistake can have big consequences. A momentary lapse in judgment, a brief distraction, and suddenly, you're part of the latest traffic statistic. Picture a busy intersection, cars packed like sardines, horns blaring, pedestrians dodging impatient drivers. It's a scene of controlled chaos, where everyone is trying to assert their right of way. The light turns green, but before anyone can react, a car runs the red light, slamming into a taxi that was just starting to move. The sound of the collision echoes through the streets, a stark reminder of the dangers lurking at every corner. The impact sends the taxi spinning, crashing into a delivery truck that was patiently waiting its turn. The truck driver, caught off guard, can do nothing but brace for the inevitable impact. The delivery truck, in turn, lurches forward, pinning a small car against the crosswalk. The driver of the small car, trapped and helpless, can only hope for a quick rescue. It's a chain reaction of twisted metal and shattered glass, a symphony of car alarms and the shouts of angry drivers. The aftermath is a scene of utter devastation, with emergency services rushing to the scene, and in the middle of it all, pedestrians scramble for safety, caught in the crossfire of a multi-car pileup that could have been avoided with a little patience and a lot more attention. It's a harsh lesson in the importance of vigilance and the high cost of carelessness on the road. As the sirens wail and the lights flash, emergency services arrive on the scene. Paramedics rush to assist the injured, while police officers work to direct the flow of traffic and prevent further accidents. Tow trucks begin the arduous task of clearing the wreckage piece by piece. Slowly, the traffic starts to resume, but the scars of the accident remain, a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the importance of road safety. Eventually, the city returns to its usual rhythm. Cars flow smoothly once more, and pedestrians cross the streets with a renewed sense of caution. But the memory of the accident lingers, a silent warning to all who traverse these busy urban streets. Outro: drive safe, stay aware. So what did we learn today? Hopefully that multi-vehicle accidents are terrifying and often avoidable. Look, I'm not trying to scare you, but I am trying to make you think. Think about the consequences of your actions behind the wheel. Driving safely isn't just about following the rules. It's about being aware of your surroundings, anticipating potential hazards, and making smart decisions. It's about understanding that even a small mistake can have a ripple effect, impacting not just you, but everyone around you. So next time you're behind the wheel, remember what we talked about today. Stay alert, drive safe, and let's all do our part to prevent these chain reactions from happening in the first place.